Let's talk about 3 ways that your copywriting on your website, sales page, in your social media captions, even in your email sequences are turning your audience off. Number 1 is that you're writing for yourself. We all know that the most important thing when it comes to selling to your audience is them, your audience, right? You want to sell to your ideal client in particular. But a lot of the times we focus so much on what we like or dislike in terms of language, in terms of perspective, and we don't necessarily think about the people who we are serving. So I want you to take your ego out of the situation, remove whatever thoughts you have associated with what you sell in terms of you, and simply think about your audience. I would even say contact some past clients, send them a few samples of copy and see how they feel about it. Send out a survey to your email list. Do whatever you can in order to test, engage what sort of language, what sort of mindset, and ultimately what sort of problems your audience is having, so that way you can speak directly to them. Number 2, believe it or not, is that you're not asking for the sale, right? How many times have you been on a sales page, on an email sequence, and you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom just to get what you're looking for? How many times have you hopped on a sales page or on a website and you know you're ready to work with this person, but finding the call to action is so hard, right? It's blending in with the background. The button is all the way down at the bottom. So make sure that whenever you're working through your copy, whether you're doing it with yourself or even working with a professional, that call to actions are sprinkled throughout, right? Never give your client an opportunity to leave because they haven't found what they're looking for. I suggest right after whatever headline or whatever kind of call out text that you want to highlight, your call to action needs to be there, right? Whether it's beginning, middle, and end and sprinkle throughout, do whatever works for you, but make sure that they're able to find what they're looking for throughout all of this text, right? And number 3 is that you're focusing solely on the demographics and not the psychographics. I think both are important because the demographic can be a way to grab their attention, talk about their family life, talk about whatever tools and gadgets they use, even what shows they watch. But ultimately, the psychographics is what's going to move them to purchase, to buy, and to inquire about your products or services, right? So don't be afraid to research. Don't be afraid to use a lot of the language that you've seen or heard in your sales calls, in replies to your email sequences. Have a quick log. A lot of the times I even have something in my notes app where whenever I come across a piece of verbiage that I think will resonate with my audience, I write it down. So that way, even though I'm a copywriter, if I'm stuck in an email or a website or something that I'm changing on my own sales page, I can pop it in there and not be stalled up on guessing, right? You always want to make sure that you have a pool of something to pull from. So one great way to do this is on your Instagram stories, pulling up one of those question polls or even one of those polls where they vote between the two can really help you determine what their pain points are, and ultimately what's keeping them from working with you, because that's really what's going to sell them is getting over those objections. So let's recap. First, you want to make sure that you're not writing solely for yourself. Next, you want to make sure that you're asking for the sale. Stop being scary, right? And then third, you want to make sure that you're focusing on your client's psychographics and not majority on their demographics, because that's what's going to get you the sale. Any questions, comments, or concerns, I guess, pop them in the comment box below or DM me if you want to chat a bit more.